When I was a student at the University of the Philippines, the first time I entered my class, they asked me, where do you come from? And I say, I come from Bohol. And they will ask, where is that? And then I will answer them, you take a flight to Cebu, sakay og sweetheart upat ka oras, and you will be in Bohol. They will nod their heads because they know Cebu, but definitely they never heard of Bohol. And that's the reason why as I've said years back, in a 6-month consultation process, we developed the vision for Bohol to become a prime eco-cultural tourism destination and a strong, balanced agro-industrial province. Tourism, responsible tourism, and agriculture, because we have the richness in Bohol of the resources for agriculture. We took pains in doing what we call the SWOT analysis, looking at the strengths of Bohol, the weaknesses of Bohol, the opportunities for Bohol, and the threats for Bohol. And we ended up saying, we want to build Bohol in the map of the country's top tourism destinations and the food basket of Region 7, if not of the entire Philippines. So with this, we thought a strategy to address poverty was in place. Because poverty is the issue. And poverty is the problem that must be given attention. Ang kawan-on sa atong mga katawhan, mao ang kinaunhan gayud nga isyu nga kinahanglan nga tubagon sa kada usa kanato. The reason, because if you are in poverty, you will have less access to healthcare. If you have poverty, you will have less access to education. If you have poverty in our midst, you will have a strong pressure in destroying the environment. If you have poverty in the midst, you will have problems about corruption. If you have problems in corruption, and if you have that problem of poverty in our midst, you will also have the problem of peace and order. And you have the problem of poverty, then you too, and all of us, will have the problem of how to keep a balanced development of our youth. And because of this issue on poverty, I am proposing very, very strong programs for addressing the poverty issue in the province of Bohol. That is even the reason why, as Congressman of the 1st District, all of you, kamutanan nga din ang pila itong mga barangay officials, mga estudyante, may have heard of a program called Life Helps. That has been the program which I anchored in the 1st District, and that will still be the program, and a program very relevant to the entire province of Bohol. Livelihood development is important. Tungod kay atong mga katawhan, gakinahanglan o mga programa nga makahatag og dugang kapanginabuhian. Mao kini ang atong ginahimo o usab kinahanglan nga ang kada sektor appeal sa atong livelihood development program. Appeal sa job creation, paghatag og dugang para trabaho. Again, our livelihood must relate to our agriculture, to our tourism, to our environment. Of course, infrastructure. Nahibaw kita nga ang infrastruktura importante para ang atong mga abot moabot sa merkado. Nahibaw kita nga ang atong infrastruktura importante aron nga ang atong mga kabataan moabot sa eskwelahan. Nahibaw kita nga infrastruktura importante aron ang mga sugang dagitab sa kaislahan makahatag og livelihood opportunities sa atong mga katawhan. Infrastructure, livelihood, relating to agriculture, relating to tourism are very, very important. Of course, food security, pagkaon sa lamesa. Tungod kay kining maong programa, importante usab kini nga mo-relate hapon sa agrikultura ug sa turismo. Because as soon as we have people coming to the province of Bohol, agriculture will be developed by our farmers because they will also be inspired to work towards more production sa atong tagsa-tagsa ka mga farmlands. O mga kabataan, when you have all these programs, let us remember that education will always have a top priority in the programs of developing the province of Bohol. Why education? Because the sustainability of developing Bohol will be anchored into the kind of
Kung sa may nakita mo,
leaders coming from the youth.
we
you
took
have.
the risk
That is also the reason
of going
why it is
against
important to open
what
more
was
scholarship
evil.
programs for our young, including those who are studying here in Mater Dei College. I remember that when I was still Vice Governor, I authored a law called the CPG Scholarship Program. I want to strengthen that. Because even now as I am Congressman and using the resources of the national government, we are already providing scholarships to many, including students of Mater Dei. But under the CPG Scholarship Program, there was a mechanism of not only putting in government funds, but also donations coming from private sectors to make a bigger pool of funds for scholarship that we would like to expand. So that not only public schools, but also private schools like Mater Dei College students can enjoy. That is our commitment to education. If you have all these addressed, livelihood, infrastructure, food, education, then it is easier to access healthcare. Healthcare that will be based also in its relation. If you have tourism program and agriculture, it must gear towards income generation for better healthcare. If you have tourism, agriculture, and livelihood, it must gear towards more protection of the environment. If you have tourism, agriculture, livelihood, and environment, it must gear towards responsible leadership and responsible citizenry, so that the issues on corruption in the community can be addressed. If you have livelihood, infrastructure, you have tourism, and you have agriculture, then you also have the opportunity to balance relationships of people and promote harmonious communities in a peaceful environment. And finally, I would also say that the youth will be the top attention-getting force. Because I believe in the strength of the youth. And I believe in the capacity of the youth. If all these dreams are put together, the youth should have a center focus on education, on scholarships, on empowerment, on training. What will happen to Bohol today and in the future will have a large impact on how well we have prepared our youth. And all of you belong to the biggest sector. Sa tinutanay lang, in our electoral process, ang atong mga kabataan, kamong tanan, nga niya dinhi, will have a very great role to play. You consist of the biggest and the majority of the voting population. You are the educated sector. You are the sector that can influence the other youth and the other young people. Therefore, I will make a conclusion by saying, nga kadtong atong mga kabataan, kung asa ang damgo nato para sa Bohol o para sa atong nasod, kamong tanan will have a very important role to play on whom to vote and what future we can expect the province to have. And there is a saying which goes, you can continue dreaming even big dreams, as long as we are willing to pay the price to make our dreams come true. Dream for a better Philippines. Dream for a better Bohol. Dream for a better Tubigon. Dream of a happy life and a family living in harmony and peace. Dream big, but at the same time, take the responsibility. Responsibility of being part in the crusade for good governance. And May 10 is the answer and a step forward to making your dreams realities. Thank you and good morning.